Hey y'all. Okay, first of all, I look like a hot mess because I was dripping in sweat earlier, and this is the new look. Okay, I promised Mama before I left the house I looked good. I did my hair this morning. I showered, washed my hair, blow dried my hair. I was looking pretty. I almost took a picture, but I didn't. Maybe I should have for proof that I look much better than I do now. Yes, we hear you. Revving up their motors. I'm sitting in the back seat of Andrea's car. Got the windows rolled down for air. She and her fella went into the store to walk around. I was supposed to go with them, but there's a story why. There's a story why I didn't go. So let me tell you what we did first. First we went hiking. We went hiking up to Rainbow Falls, and the sign said it was 2.7 miles, and so we went 2.7 miles, we thought, can we do this, can we not? I'm like, well, I've run a 5K, and when I was, exercising regularly a couple of years ago, I actually ran 4 miles without stopping, so surely I can walk 2.7. Yeah, what Alan forgot to tell us was that this was a moderate to strenuous trail, and I didn't remember that from when I was a kid. So we're walking up this trail, we're hiking up this trail, sometimes we're dragging ourselves up this trail. We're going up this trail. We hit 2.7 miles on my Apple Watch, and we're still going. We finally got to the top, and it was like 3.0 something miles. Okay, so the sign needs to be changed. It's the first thing we need to know here. The sign needs to be changed. So we get up there. Now, I forget to tell you that my dear sister pulled a muscle in her leg, so it took us forever to get up there, and not complaining, because honestly, if her leg had been full power, I probably would have been the one slowing us down, because I was pretty winded. So she and I were pretty winded to start with. Then she hurt her leg, so she's going slow. Poor old Alan, he's so sweet. He's patient. He waited with us. So we get up to the top, we take the pictures of the falls, we take a little time to rest and relax, and we come back down. Of course, going down is faster than going up because of, gravity pulling you. But the rocky terrain was exactly the same. So we're coming down this rocky terrain. My ankles are killing me because my foot, is at an angle my toes feel like they're going to push through the end of my shoes. So my toes are hurting, my ankles are hurting. And on top of all of it, I'm not even really paying attention to how bad my feet are hurting. My legs are shaking as we're stepping down because it's got the big old rocks, and you got to step from this rock down to the next layer. And why are people so proud of their motors? Why do they want to rev them up all the time? I don't get that. Anyway, so I'm trying to come down this trail, and I'm not even really paying attention to the physical pain that I'm in from my ankles and my toes, and even my legs shaking, my knees, which I've had bad knees for a while. No, my biggest concern is my bladder. Because y'all, I have to go. I gotta go. Honestly, I had to go about, less than a mile in. I already needed to go to the bathroom. I said, no, I'm gonna push through it, I'll be all right. Because what am I gonna do? I'm going off in the bushes or something? No, that's not me. I'm not the wildlife girl that's gonna be able to go out there and do that. So, and I'm pretty sure the national park wouldn't have liked it anyway. So here I am going up the mountain, having to pee. You get to the top, and of course there's no place to go. And I go back down the hill, and I'm just going faster and faster and faster, trying to get down the hill. And Alan said he's never seen somebody so inspired to go so fast down the hill. Well, honey, when a teacher's bladder's got to go, you gotta go. Okay, I can go for a long time without going, but when I gotta go, I gotta go. So I'm pretty much racing down this hill, trying my best not to hurt myself, tripping several times, kicking rocks out of the way because I don't want anybody to be stepping on all these loose rocks on the trail. So I'm just booking it down the hill. Get down there. There is a public bathroom, one man, one woman bathroom, and there's a woman waiting outside. So Alan calls to me. Now I've left him on the trail. Now, I'm not too far away. I always stayed within sight just in case Andre's leg, there was any kind of trouble. But Alan calls to me and says, "Listen, do you want to go in the men's?" He blocked the men's for me to go in there, and I said, "No, I'll just wait for the women's." Well, waited, and that person in there, apparently she had some children. I could hear them through there. She never came out. The other two women came and stood in line behind Andre and me. Andre called up to me. So there's 4 of us women waiting for the women's restroom. Alan already went in and came back out. Gotta go, right? Well, the other women, they're like, I'll go in. The one woman went in, she came back out. She goes on about her business. The other woman goes in there, and as she goes in, she's like, oh my. I'm like, Alan, is it that bad? He's like, well, it smells really bad. I don't know if I want to go in there. And honestly, the women's bathroom is probably going to be the same way, because it just is in parks like that. It just is. I said, I'll be okay. You know, the bouncing and jumping of coming down the trail, I'll be okay. We'll just wait. So we finished driving through the motor trail, you know, see the sights, which we've already seen for 4 or 5 hours hiking up the mountain and back down. So now we just want to drive through this motor trail and get somewhere to eat, because we're starving, right? So we get to the restaurant. Before you can even sit down, you got to order. It's one of those places where you go in and you order, and then not like McDonald's, but McDonald's. So it's not McDonald's, but it's like that, because you go in and you order. So you got to stand in line, you got to order, you got to go, you know, find a table, get your little card that they give you, set up a little thing. So all these delays, y'all. I'm telling you about my delays so you understand the irony of this. Remember my video a while back, the lessons in irony, from several years ago. I got lesson number 2 for you. So we go in, get situated at the table. I go to the bathroom. Sweet relief. Feel much better. Come out, enjoy my meal. Was so thirsty from the trail, because I didn't take a water bottle with me. I didn't know it was going to take me 4 or 5 hours to go up and back. So we come back down, got the meal taken care of, eating. We leave, and I take my styrofoam cup of Coke with me, and I get in the car, and I sit, because I always take my regular, you know, my Chick-fil-A cup. I take that with me wherever I go. So that's taking up the cup holder. So when I get in, I'm trying to get situated, get my seatbelt, get my things situated around me. And so I stick the styrofoam cup between my legs in the seat. And in moving my stuff around here in the car, I moved my iPad and I dropped it on the straw. And I thought, okay, that's going to bend my straw. I hope it didn't crack my straw, so I'll still be able to drink my Coke. That was my concern for about 3 seconds. Until, as I'm moving the iPad out of the way, and I'm thinking, oh, my straw isn't broken, I feel this very cool sensation. The straw went through the bottom of my cup, and the delicious, cold, refreshing Coca-Cola that I was looking forward to enjoying was funneling out the bottom, and it has now seeped. Yeah, I jumped out before Andre could even, she had the car cranked up, I believe, I'm not sure, but she was about to back out. I jumped out of the car, and she's like, listen, what in the world? And I get out, and my cup is just pouring Coke out, and I look back at the seat, and the seat is covered in puddle, you know, because the upholstery is kind of resistant to it, so it's puddling up, and yet it's seeking into the upholstery, and I'm trying to hold the cup and mop up the Coke, and my rear end is soaked. And my sister, first thing she told me was, oh, bless your heart. She's in the front seat looking back at me and goes, oh, bless your heart. I said, bless my heart. Bless my heart. I said, bless my butt. My butt is soaked. And she's like, what? Because she's looking at the front of me. The front of me looks fine. And so she gets out of the driver's seat and comes around to where I'm at. And I just turned over like I was mooning her, but I wasn't, because I had my pants up. But I turned over. She's like, oh, Alyssa, I'm soaked. And so the next thing my sister said to me was, after all that, trying to get down the hill so you wouldn't wet your pants, y'all, we're sitting, picture it now, we are in the parking lot of a restaurant. We're in the parking lot of a restaurant. I'm bent over, you know, like when somebody's bending over and they got their hands on their knees and they're, you know, talking to a kid or something like that. I'm bent over with with my hand between my legs, trying to reach the part that's wet. Bending over backwards trying to reach the part that's wet. I'm soaked. So, what could you do? What can you do? Thank God that my mama taught us to save napkins. When you go through a drive-thru, you don't throw away the napkins. When they give you like a stack this big and all you ordered was an order of fries and you got a stack like this of napkins, yeah, don't throw them away. So Andrea's car has plenty of napkins just stashed here and there. And so we soaked up the liquid as much best as we could. It was all in her floorboard because, you know, I'm getting it off of me, holding it, trying to get the door open. So it leaked into the floorboard. So we mopped it up as best we could. We squeezed it out of my pants as best we could. Picture 2 women standing in the parking lot, one squeezing the other one's butt with a napkin. This is my life. And this is why I look like I look. So it's probably a good thing. Thank you, Lord. I wet my pants so I wouldn't have to go in looking like this. Anyway, that's my life. Irony. Walking, hiking, climbing a mountain for 4 hours, practically running back down the mountain, even though it killed your ankles and your knees and your toes, because you had to find a bathroom because Lord knows you can't wet your pants. And then wetting your pants. I'm soaked. I'm done for the day. I get a free pass to not have to go into any other place that Andrea wants to go in. I'm good. I got my iPad. I've got ice from my cup. The ice didn't fall out the hole, so I've got ice. I'm good. Just wanted to share. This is my life.